The iconic 1987 Buick GNX with its all-black exterior paint scheme was the ultimate performance vehicle for its time and quickly gained respect for its awesome acceleration. The GNX wasn't built just for speed, it was designed to make a statement of Buick's commitment to build specialty vehicles. As General Motors was preparing to give the legendary rear-drive G-body platform a fitting send-off, Buick engineers got to work to create what some have called one of the most menacing cars to ever roll out of Detroit. The result was known as the Buick GNX, short for Grand National Experimental, and only a total of 547 were produced. ASC McLaren, a sunroof manufacturer and occasional custom car builder, teamed up with Buick to design the GNX as the ultimate expression of a modern muscle car. The project's objective, according to an internal memo quoted as follows: to create a limited production Buick Grand National that achieves a memorable place in the history of high-performance automobiles, one that car collectors will want to own, and that automotive writers will never forget. The plan was to upgrade the GNX powertrain with a new Garrett hybrid turbo, featuring a super lightweight ceramic impeller, producing a maximum boost set to 15 pounds per square inch. Special dynamic turbine shaft seals to reduce drag on the shaft. Redesigned turbine housing included contamination trap to keep solid particles from damaging the turbo internals. More efficient Garrett air-to-air intercooler with higher fin count for additional cooling capacity. Specially coated intercooler to engine pipe for a cooler and denser charge of air. Functional vents installed on the front fenders to pull heat away from the engine compartment. Beefed up TH200 4-hour transmission with a custom torque converter and cooler. Special front-mounted auxiliary oil cooler. Special turbocharger heat shield with exclusive GNX stamp design. Recalibrated engine control module ECM specifically for the GNX. Better flowing dual exhaust with low restriction mufflers, also designed to clear the new suspension components. To handle the stopping power, the GNX is equipped with Hydro Boost brakes, which require much less pedal effort than vacuum brakes, while upping the total braking pressure into the 2,000 to 2,500 pounds per square inch range. In the event of an engine failure, pump failure, or broken line, the GNX brakes remained operational for no more than 2 panic stops. To cope with the additional power and maintain traction, the GNX received a few important suspension upgrades. An aluminum rear axle housing cover. A GNX embossed, beefed-up housing that not only provides additional rear axle rigidity, but a solid mount for the longitudinal torque ladder bar, which is very noticeable from the rear of the vehicle. This extremely beefy bar reaches forward and mounts to specially reinforced bracing just behind the rear seat. The result is a component that is very effective in planting the rear tires and applying full power to the ground during a launch. Also included is a panhead rod and track rod to keep the axle located in place when cornering. The GNX has all the features of a fully loaded Grand National, except for T-tops, sunroof or moonroof, to increase structural integrity. The standard Grand National slide rule speedometer and warning lights were replaced with a full complement of Stewart-Warner gauges that included a 160 miles per hour speedometer, 8,000 revolutions per minute tachometer, turbo boost, oil pressure, fuel level, and water temperature analog gauges. The seats were standard issue Grand National type, but the interior was accented with special GNX emblems and finished off with a special numbered plaque mounted on the passenger side of the dash. To an untrained eye, the regular Grand National may not look very different compared to a GNX. However, there are a few key differences. Front fender vents. These vents are functional and help keep the engine compartment cool. Special composite fender flares were fitted to the wheel wells to make room for the beefy wheels and tires, as well as making the car more recognizable. 16-inch by 8-inch black mesh wheels with P255/50 VR16 tires for the front wheels and P255/50 VR16s at the rear. All the aluminum trim was blacked out. GNX emblems placed on front grille, rear deck lid, and wheel center hub. Initially, plans were for 500 GNX to be built and allocated to Buick's 500 top-selling dealers, but after the prodigious vehicle was revealed, demand outweighed the projected supply. It was deemed that extra cars would be produced for the brand's 47 select 60 program dealers, for a total of 547 GNX. The rumor that the FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigations, purchased GNX for its fleet is false. The fact is that the FBI only purchased faster versions of Grand Nationals and Regal T-types with the speed limiter chip replaced and added a 145 miles per hour speedometer. These vehicles were, however, equipped with the GNX Goodyear Gator backs, thus capable of 140 miles per hour. In 1987, the GNX had a sticker price of $29,290. In today's market, that's equivalent to $80,503. Currently, a GNX normally sells between $80,000 and $150,000. Recently, at a Barrett-Jackson auction, one was reported to have sold for $250,000. This shows how sought after the GNX has become after all these years. The GNX was indeed the end of an era. The last old-school American muscle car in terms of looks, it laid the groundwork for the small displacement, forced induction, and high-efficiency engines of the imminent future. Performance of Darth Vader, as the automotive press dubbed it, was positively scorching. Incredibly, the $29,290 GNX with a 0 to 60 time of 4.6 seconds and the quarter-mile time of 12.7 seconds at 113 mph was faster than the vaunted Ferrari F40. The dark side of the Force will continue to lure enthusiasts, as collectors are willing to pay top dollar for a copy of American automotive history. Thank you for watching.